turkey, ladies. Yeah.
Wow, look at his nose thing. Look at him.
Yeah. Oh, and there's still food, so that's good. So we're all right for this morning. Miss Elena can come in and do her job when she gets home.
Yep.
It has been raining.
Look at him though. Dude, look at his, like, that thing hanging off his nose. What's that called?
I don't know.
And his giant waddle?
Yep.
No, that's a turkey neck right there.
So true.
And look at how look how fluffy he is.
He's all poofed up for us.
Yeah. And listen to them talking to each other.
So I'm gonna put a
Look at her. She's so
bulkhead fitting in there.
cute.
She's what?
She's so cute.
Yeah. She'll be tasty. Alright. On to the chicken.
A few more weeks left and you guys go in the freezer. Like two more weeks. Alright. Alright, what's next? Chickens. Hunter, you crazy boy, are you alright? Alright, so you just take a big one?
Take a big one.
Because I'm pretty sure the layers are fine until... What are you doing? What?
Ride the quad up.
Oh, we're going to take the quad over and then... Oh, that's fun.
And then drive down.
Hunter, are you crazy?
Go then!
He's
Gone, yeah.
over there.
He
like,
was already down the hill already.
dude, slow down. He's like so excited.
Yep.
So I think there might be another rooster around here.
Yeah.
Hi, chicky ladies. Hi, little chickens. Oh, aren't you pretty? They're sweet. Oh, and those guys look hungry. Look at them. They're all trying to climb up the wall.
Yep. They're always hungry. They're meat birds.
Yeah.
They're good.
You're going to move them though, right? Where they're good? The water's okay? Oh, no, it's not. Dude, they drank the whole thing. I don't get it.
And it rained.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll move them. All right, you ready, ladies? There we go. Nice patch of green for you.
They stink. Well, they smell like the other ones though, too.
Yeah.
Hello, chickens. chicken? No, get inside. Not so fun. So this is a new water idea that we found, I think, on Instagram.
Friends of ours sent it to us, yep.
Yeah, so it's got a 5-gallon bucket that's got some openings in it, and then you turn an 18-liter over on top. Oh geez, look at them, they're all right here at the front.
Yep. Look out. Coming in.
Here. Last thing we want is chickens getting out. Watch that chicken.
All right.
Dinosaur view. All right, gotta feed them because they go crazy, I think. Oh.
All right, babies, come on.
They get all excited, and then you pour it on their heads. It's like they've never eaten food before.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they had food last night. Like before bed, they had food. I mean, the trough now that they're all big is not quite long enough, eh? It's a bit shady up here today.
Hmm?
It's like shady up here.
Oh. Sun's barely even up.
All right, like 2 more weeks for you guys too.
Yep.
Maybe 1 for a couple. I'd say we check on the egg layers, but we don't really because they have lots of food all the time and lots of water all the time because they have the one that comes off the building in the rain. And so all we do really with these guys daily is collect the eggs, and Ava does that when she gets home from school. So that's it. I mean, we do a head count usually. Make sure they're all still here because it's open air. No protection. Although the funny thing is that we have been lucky not to have predators fly in from above, and the electric fence all the way around seems to be protecting all of these birds up here, which is lovely. You know, now that we took care of that one bear. Now those are the new little Orpington Wyandotte chickens. We got those around 8 weeks ago now. There's 8 of them. They're not laying yet, but they're pretty. Look at the black ones. They have like iridescent feathers, and just the white ones are cute too. I like them with their spots. Do you think we ended up with all hens in this, guys? Originally we thought that guy there, the big one, might have been a rooster. I'm not gonna lie, he still might be. I have no idea. Look at his wattles.
Look at his tail. It's like fanned out, whereas the rest of them are like clumped feathers.
But yeah, so it might be.
Where are you? There you are. I can't see you through the shade there, chicken.
But yeah, the black ones have iridescent green, and then the gray ones.
Oh, there we go. There's 2 more barred rocks over here, and 2 of the brown ones. Rhode Islands.
Red sex links.
Yeah, it could be either. And there's one hiding behind the water right there. There she is. Hello, darling. All right, let's head down to the garden. Let's get the real chores of the day going.
Yeah. Let's go get some potatoes.
See how the harvest was. Haven't been super impressed with anything yet so far.
Except for the sugar snap peas and the yellow beans.
That's true. That's
Fantastic.
true. Not enough of them to like make it through the whole year, but a fairly good harvest. We're gonna talk about it. Let's go talk about it down the garden.
A lot of them don't even make it out of the garden.
Darling, I have to change the battery or we can't talk about anything.
Look at that weed bed.
Not too much changing down here yet.
No?
There's tons on the road.
Yeah. Whoa.
What?
Turtle eggs.
What? And you sure that's not like a bird?
Yeah. See the sacks? So it's either
Is that egg not hatched?
snakes. Oh, you're right. That egg is not hatched. I don't feel anything in it though. It's super light.
Crazy.
Maybe it's dinosaurs.
We got lots of those.
Yep.
Oh, there's a fair amount of orange from this side.
At the very tops, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So it's nearly the middle of September. We just wanted to do a roundup, I guess, sort of thing of the garden and how it did this summer. So we obviously started completely from scratch. There was trees here back in the middle of May. There was still trees in this area. And
we're sitting on one of them.
yeah, this guy is a lovely piece of firewood that's going to be for the future.
Yep.
So we grew a ton of stuff in the garden. I think
some things worked really well.
Yeah.
Other things not so much.
And other things I think we planted maybe a touch too late.
Yep.
And we had trouble with weed control. So we didn't mulch immediately when we first put the garden in. So that was a challenge.
Yeah.
In a garden of this size, letting the weeds get away from you basically makes it so you'll never get control of them. Unless you spend like a week out here fully weeding the garden. And who has time for that, honestly? Not this girl,
yeah.
That's for sure.
So, and we planted some stuff that we've never planted before. You know, we tried peanuts and corn and watermelon. Pumpkin. Like
and squash that we've never done before, yeah.
We haven't done that before. Our garden was never big enough to allow us to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. We did have success before with carrots and rutabagas and potatoes, sort of in
potatoes.
The bucket. You guys might have seen that video from back
when we first started,
2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. We've always done tomatoes, beans, peppers, sugar snap peas we did for the first time in our previous garden and fell in love with them.
Yeah.
We really needed to 10x the sugar snap peas.
That's right.
And we didn't have our trellising in right away either, so that was a challenge here as well. So we have since replanted some things about a month ago.
They're sprouting. They're climbing the trellis now, so we'll have more before the first fall, or the first frost.
So they're frost hardy though. Like they can go in the ground before the first frost. Beans, sugar snap peas, and carrots. They can all be frosted. They'll make it. So we're just gonna. That's why we planted those things specifically. I know it's also possible to plant things like squashes that are more like winter squashes late. But our frost date is any day now. So it's now the 14th of September. You guys will see this video in a couple of days, but we'll get frost in the next probably week-ish. at this point. So
I mean, it's 19 degrees out though, and it goes down to, it was 7 last night.
yeah.
But
a week from now, you know, a week or two from now,
Yeah,
by
who
the end of
knows?
the month, we're going to be like frosting every night, I think.
yeah, by the end of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, so most of the stuff will have to get picked by then.
So
Jeez.
the stuff we've never done, the peanuts, the weeds took over, so we don't even know what plant is a peanut plant. Like it's just so overgrown, we couldn't tell if there was peanuts growing in there, even if we wanted to.
So I think what we're going to do is we're going to broad fork the sections of the bed that we planted rutabagas, peanuts, and carrots. Because we lost those, they all got lost to the weeds. So I don't anticipate getting anything out of those.
Yeah.
But at this point,
We're gonna try.
yeah, we'll have a look and see. Maybe there's something in there, because I would take a rutabaga. That would be great.
I'd take some carrots. I'd love to find peanuts. Like, who grows peanuts?
Yeah. It could be cool, honestly. Like, they're Canadian hardy peanuts. Like, that's where we got them, was from, I think they're OSD seeds, so Ontario Seed Company, which is cool. So I'm excited to try those.
Yeah.
I mean, to see if, I mean, maybe we'll do them in a raised bed next year. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out.
Right.
I think we might try them again. We'll see.
Yeah, we planted this garden really late. Like Amanda was saying, we had trees here, and then we removed the trees and planted a garden.
I think most of the garden went in about the middle of June, which is about 2 weeks after our last frost date, which usually is, you know, say the last weekend-ish in May would be our last frost date. So we're about 2.5 weeks past that when we started. So, you know, we did lose a couple of weeks at the beginning, but I still don't think we did horribly.
We didn't do horribly. Our pepper plants produced, they just didn't grow. So chipmunks.
I keep feeling him hit the tree that we're leaning on.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They didn't grow big, but they produced, especially the jalapeno plants. They're loving it right now.
And those were the unknown peppers that we got from the feed store, that they had no labels left, and so they didn't know what they were, so they just gave them to us.
Yeah.
And we lost one. There was 4 originally.
Yep. And
it turned out that all 4 were jalapenos, all 3 that actually grew were jalapenos.
Yeah.
So that'll make some great salsa, hopefully.
Yeah. And jalapeno poppers.
Yeah, with the rest, for sure. So some successes I think we had in the garden are the asparagus is doing great.
Yeah.
Brussels sprouts are about to produce. I'm super excited about that. Yeah. I know you don't care, but you don't like his Brussels sprouts. But in our previous gardens, Brussels sprouts didn't do anything. So they didn't get anywhere near actually growing any Brussels sprouts. So I was excited. I'm excited about that. Mm-hmm. Broccoli was awesome.
Fantastic this year.
Yeah, cabbage, more than I expected, honestly.
Yep.
And tomatoes have done really well. Unfortunately, with the tomatoes, we didn't get a ton of sun this summer. Mm-hmm. We got a lot of rain, which is great for making the tomato, like actual tomatoes, but nothing has ripened. Like, we've had almost nothing ripen. So if you guys watched the cooking video, I bought a bushel of tomatoes to make something with with some tomatoes. But I do still probably have close to another bushel on the plants.
Oh yeah.
They're just all green. So we're gonna have to pick those off before we get a frost, so that we'll let those ripen in the house. And I figure I've just been throwing them in the freezer.
Yeah. Any ripe or semi-ripe ones we ripen them in the house, and then we throw them in the freezer.
Yep. And so that way, when I have enough, I can make a batch of salsa. Probably is what my next goal is going to be, with the jalapenos and the rest of the tomatoes. So that's exciting. Yeah. So also the yellow beans did really good. Yep. And the sugar snap peas, I think, did amazing, considering we only planted like 6 plants at that when we were picking them. Oh, and the cucumbers. Cucumbers did so good. Yep.
Yep. Lots of cucumbers, and they're still going. So previously, we had cucumbers, and anytime we cut a cucumber off the plant, the whole plant would die. So we only got 1 or 2 cucumbers
in our
per plant.
Garden. Yeah.
This year, it's been producing the whole time. It's been really good.
How many? I think I made 9 jars of pickles. So I did like sandwich like spears. Mm-hmm. I did sandwich slices like for burgers, and I did bread and butter. So, and all of those pickles I think was about 9 or 10 jars. And that was like pints, right? Like we're talking 500 ml jars. So, and that all came out of the garden. I didn't buy a single cucumber this summer, so that was exciting. I also made a couple of cucumber salads, and there's still some cucumbers on there, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, and we just sent cucumbers to school with the kids. Like, they eat cucumbers for fun, so.
Yeah. Oh, cucumbers are a huge staple in our house. Like,
we
love cucumbers and the kids love cucumbers. If you guys want to know how to make cucumber salad, it's literally the easiest recipe ever. I'll include it in the description box below if you guys want to give that a try. So
we did the onions. They didn't do well.
Yes. So misses. Let's talk about misses in the garden. We missed on what we expect right now is rutabagas, carrots, the first batch of carrots, and peanuts.
Yeah.
Onions. Terrible.
Which is a huge staple in our house.
Yeah, we got to figure out onions. We got to do better with onions next year. The corn did better than I thought.
Yeah.
Although we did not get very much. Like there's about, I think, 5 big plants, another 8 small ones, and I don't know, as far as like cobs of corn, how many do you think are on it? Like half a dozen?
There's 2 per, yeah.
Like half a dozen cobs of corn, so, you know, not super well, but...
Better than we've ever done before.
That's true, we've never grown corn before, so that was fun. Potatoes you guys are going to see in a minute because we have to harvest those today.
Yeah.
Pumpkins and squash. So there's at least 3 butternut squash plants, which I'm excited about. That'll make a nice round of soup. And the pumpkins, we grew pie pumpkins. And there's at least 6 of those on there. And we don't have to harvest those anytime soon. We can wait until closer to like Halloween, really, to harvest those guys. So that's exciting. I'm excited about those as well.
Watermelon.
Yeah. Okay.
We planted 1 watermelon plant, and there is 7 watermelons growing. We've taken 1. We took it way too early.
Yeah.
It was pink on the inside as opposed to red.
I think we should cut the one that's up in the house in the fridge and see what it looks like, because it was okay. So we also looked up how to tell if a watermelon is ripe. Basically, the stem dies when it's on the vine, so that pretty much is it. And so we caught one, but it's probably like the size, I don't even know how big would you say it is?
It's a softball. It's a softball.
Yeah, it's a little bigger than that.
I don't think so.
But not as big as like a volleyball or something like that. No. So anyways, it's pretty tiny.
Yeah.
I don't really care if it's ripe though and delicious. Like that'd be fun.
But they're also supposed to be mini, right?
Yes.
It's the mini variety, so.
Yep, there are mini seedless cucumbers is what we bought, and we just bought them from another.
Funny thing is the watermelon that we actually took up and cut open was full of seeds, and it was huge. It was like this big.
Yeah, but it was all the white seeds, not the black ones. So that's considered seedless.
Right.
Apparently.
But it's just funny because we bought mini watermelons and it was huge, and it's seedless watermelons and it was full of seeds. So
it was like bigger than a football, like bigger than a basketball. Like it was. Yeah.
It was huge.
Like a basketball, but oval shaped, basically, was how big it was. It was big. So, yeah. So what else do we have? We didn't harvest any really asparagus out of the garden this year, but it did get transplanted into the actual garden. So I didn't expect to really get anything out of the garden.
But it's doing really well. We didn't lose any plants.
Yeah. And we actually made it more. Like we had 3 pots of asparagus and we turned it into like 5 or 6 crowns of asparagus. So I'm excited about that next year.
Yeah.
The other thing that we harvested that I was pretty excited about was the garlic. That didn't even get planted down here in the garden. It was up by the house, in behind the garage. You guys saw us harvest that. We dried it. I mean, it was never going to be enough. We knew that even if we planted 30 cloves of garlic, we were never going to have enough to get through a whole year and have more seed garlic to go back in the ground this fall as well. So you guys, if you guys watched the preserving video that we did last time, we got 2 half pints of garlic, which I put in oil, and we had also bought a pound of large, I think it's music garlic, but anyways, it's just jumbo organic garlic. So we I took everything apart, put all of the biggest cloves into a bowl. I took 60 of those, put them into a bag to get replanted. Everything else went into the food processor and turned into the 2 half pints that I got. So, you know, not a super awesome haul, even with the pound of extra that we added to it. But I'm happy with the 60 cloves that we have to go into the ground for next year. So we're increasing our seed garlic supply at this point. That is the point of all of this.
Yeah.
There's no point in planting tiny garlic cloves, so those went into the fridge. What's going on, bud? Did you chase off all the deer for us? Come here. Did you make it safe? Oh, you're good and soaked.
Oh yeah, you're soaked.
The forest is very wet today, huh?
So it's been raining for like 3 days. We had 0% chance of precipitation yesterday.
And it pretty much rained from like, what time was that? Like 2:30?
It rained from the minute we woke up until...
Well, we got some work done yesterday. We were cleaning up those trees down where the bunkie is going.
Yeah, it was still raining though.
No, it stopped raining for like at least an hour and a half to 2 hours.
45 minutes, yeah.
45 minutes, you're ridiculous. Okay, Mr. Exaggeration. It was like 2 hours, but ideally we would have gotten more cleaned up because we did
Roll the tape. Roll the tape.
It was on time lapse.
We get playback.
There's none of that. It was on time lapse.
So today we're gonna take out the potatoes and see how those do or did.
Yeah.
And see what we have to do for next year. The ground here is, you would think, quite lush and fertile, but it is super rocky.
Yeah.
There's like, I don't know. It's just crazy.
No,
it's
don't
it's
get
fresh.
me wrong.
Yeah.
It's the forest. Like nothing has ever grown here before intentionally. Like it's all just whatever, trees, seeds, like, you know, normal ground brush, that kind of stuff that's grown. Tons of like ferns and, you know, what would be fiddleheads in the spring. But yeah.
Which is good, because then we'll have fiddleheads in the spring.
Sure. But the cool part is that, you know, nothing really has been grown. So like it's full of nutrients. The soil has lots of nutrients in it. We also added composted manure, which is cool, from our friends that have cows and goats. So I think that did help. I mean, it probably helped increase our weed supply at least.
That's right.
But we have lots of straw. So I think that even whatever we pull out today, we're going to finish off the potato bed. We're going to dig up the rutabagas and the peanuts and the carrots that were all on this side. And then we'll probably throw down some straw on top of it that can compost through the winter, and really help us out in the springtime. You guys probably can't hear this, but there's a squirrel teasing Hunter, and
essentially just laughing at him.
Yeah, because it's up a tree. Of course, he has no chance of getting a squirrel, but maybe a rabbit. He could catch a rabbit.
He's caught a rabbit.
Yeah, but yeah, he definitely. The squirrels have too much means of escape for him to catch them. So, okay, so let's talk about the water. Let's talk about the water for a second. So the automatic watering system that we installed when we first put the garden in, with all those like little orange nozzles and like drippers and stuff, there was no way that we were going to get enough pressure through that line to get water coming out of all of those little taps. So that was a fail. Then we picked up some sprinklers, or we grabbed a couple of sprinklers, one from the local store and one we ordered off of Amazon. The Amazon one was awesome. And so then we just needed a better pump to be able to make that work better. The challenge with the pump is the IBC tote has a 6-inch hole in the top. That's the only means of getting any water inside or getting anything through into the tote. So you were very limited as to what kind of a pump you could buy.
What size pump, yeah.
What kind of a pump because we were limited by size. So the little like pond fountain pump thing that we had was again a fail. So you picked up was it a fifth or
no, it's a quarter horsepower.
Quarter horsepower pump. Basically, it was the only one that we could get that would actually fit in the tote.
That's right. And I still had to modify it slightly. I had to cut a section out for the pump to be able to slide in. Right.
So, yeah. And then it was, okay. And then, as silly as this sounds, it was too strong. In one respect, it drained the tote like within 3 days of it being completely full. But also it was not strong enough because it would not get all the sprinklers to be spinning properly.
So the first sprinkler would be fantastic. The second sprinkler would be okay. The third sprinkler was nil to none. And then the fourth sprinkler wasn't even turning on.
Yeah. So the challenge with that was that then we figured, well, what if we try the Y system? So you've got your hose. One hose goes in here, it goes out to 2 hose lines to put 2 sprinklers on each side. Again, basically was not working.
And then that way, all 4 were barely even on.
Yeah. So that one just took all the pressure away from even the first sprinkler. Yeah. And really made almost no water come out. Right. Although for some reason we would still drain the tank within 3 days. So yeah, a lot of what we did was refill the water tote from the chicken coop roof. Yeah. I mean, if we could have come back out, put the rest of the roof on the other side, put up another eaves trough that could have, drained the whole chicken coop into the IBC tote, it might have been okay.
It would have been better, but I don't think we got that much. So the watering system failed.
Yeah,
so at the end of it, I was just out here with a hose.
Yeah, watering everything on your own.
Making sure that everything got water.
So yeah. And also let's be honest, our tomato teepees did not work.
The original wood, log teepees definitely didn't work. The plants got so big that they just sucked the teepees in.
And we even positioned them so that it had one of the logs going in between, but towards the tomatoes, so that it would not suck it in like that. Yeah. And
it was just,
long story short, it really didn't. It was at one point, I think there was one tree that was off the ground. It was crazy town. So we gave up, and now we've switched over to this sort of cross system. Yeah. But I also think that the string that we had run between was still too flexible.
Yeah, so I used 550 cord, and it's still stretched.
Yeah, so some of the string system down to the tomatoes is still, I think, personally, the best way to do it. I just think we need some sort of, better structure across the top that have them anchor to. I mean, maybe we have to go from 3 crosses to 4. I really don't know. I think, in a future garden, we need
more than that anyway.
Yeah, we need probably triple that many. This is a very long story, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I hope that you guys enjoy our potato harvest, which is coming up right now, and
we'll talk to you once we're done the potatoes.
But listen, if you guys are getting value out of these videos, if you're enjoying them, please do us a favor, hit subscribe. We're really trying to hit our 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Right now, our goal is to hit 400 by the end of the month. So 2 more weeks. And as of recording right now, we have 309. So if you guys are watching, share with a friend, someone who might also enjoy our videos. I know lots of people out there who like to homestead, talk about it with their friends, so share. And yeah, let's harvest some potatoes.
Let's do
it. You are gonna start broad forking?
Oh, I guess. Should we just try and pull the plant out first and see?
No, do the broad fork, because the plant is not gonna have anything on the bottom. It's gonna have a mushy old potato on the bottom. That's it. That's grass.
Yeah. Okay. Here goes
everything.
There's the baby one right there. I don't want to get too close and stab through all the potatoes.
Yep. Good call.
There's the seed.
Yeah. So it's a big ugly mush.
Yep. Look at that root.
What did you get out of that one?
Well, just off the plant itself is already a better harvest than we got the last time. Like, yeah. And that's not moving any dirt to search for other ones.
They're small.
Yeah, I mean, not all of them are going to be huge, right? I'm going to grab a bin to put those in right away.
Sure. You might want to shovel too, because we're going to have to dig down a little bit farther, yeah?
I'll try this pitchfork.
Yeah. Ooh. This thing's not too easy to use.
I really hope you're not just staring at my head right now.
I don't know. If you're not careful, this big handles here will smack me in the face.
Hunter, out. Out.
There's a rock.
Good boy. Oh look, a rock. And another rock.
That one blew apart. There's no way that was a rock.
That was a rock. Might have dirt on it, but...
That's funny.
I really don't want to be sticking my fork into potatoes over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we've already gotten more potatoes from this one plant than we probably did from our whole batch last year.
Well, we didn't grow
or
potatoes
the year before, yeah.
Ooh!
Oh, that's a good one. Nice.
That's awesome. It's got a little scab though. The little guys. That's
sure.
a good size. Look at that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Potatoes.
Yeah.
This is a giant potato. Just kidding, it's a rock.
All right.
Alright guys, well this is obviously the best haul that we've had of potatoes.
There's some good sized ones in there. That was pretty exciting.
Yeah, the last time we did this, if you watched the video, they were all like, you know, roasted potatoes.
Little roasters, yeah. I think it was like one meal of like sheet potatoes.
Yeah, yeah. So
that's pretty much it.
I mean, by the looks of it, that's definitely a 10-pound at least.
Cool.
10, maybe that might even be a 20-pound bag of potatoes right there. And then, so that was the white potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
And the red potatoes did quite well, but that's probably a 10-pound. But they're a lot bigger than the white ones. So.
Yeah, so this is the biggest, one of the biggest red potatoes. Those are good size. This one's got like little white, I don't know if these are like root hairs or what, but.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. It's kind of on all of them, so we'll have to figure out if that's okay or if it's not okay, but.
Yeah. And then the white potatoes be like, most of them are about that size.
Yeah.
Or like this. But there's definitely a couple of good sized ones like that guy.
Oh. Go on.
So ultimately we have at least 20 pounds of potatoes.
At least.
20 to 25 pounds. That should last a couple of months.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we don't need a lot of potatoes, but I mean Thanksgiving is coming, so.
I don't think we'll take potatoes to my mom. So. We're taking a turkey, so. Woo. And then we got, I don't know, a couple of pounds of half-eaten potatoes, so that was not awesome, but, you know, chickens.
There's a lot more squash in here now.
Cool.
1, 2, and then that one was obviously there before.
Well, there's a few big ones, and then there's a couple of small ones still going, and they're, like, because their flowers are still flowering. So
yeah.
we got, I mean, they like the cold, so it's fine. They're actually probably happy as clams right now because it's cooling off at night. So, same with the those guys, the pumpkins.
Pumpkins.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with us. This is the, I guess, sort of recap of how the garden went this year, and yeah. Basically, we're the only thing we have to do now is move our garden fence, and basically, once everything's out of here, we'll go back and protect just the asparagus for the winter. We're gonna plant the garlic out here this winter, and then also we gotta protect our trees over there. So apples, pears, and cherries, which you guys saw in the previous video, and yeah, we'll protect those from the deer too. So
yeah,
the deer and the moose, because there was moose here a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, Mama and
yeah, a cow and a calf right over there, because they were right in front of that chow camera that's up on that tree.
Yep.
So we cannot see what's on that one because we took the card out, but also you thought it was dead. So, but then it's not dead.
Not dead.
So we put a card in there or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
We also had a nice, cute little velvety buck that was in here too. So not in here, but like over there.
Yep.
Which is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
But if anybody watching knows, it's an atypical. So hopefully he comes back during the season.
Because buck tags.
But buck tags, because that's all we got. And not because he's an atypical, but because he's a buck.
Right. Yes, of course. Yeah, we got to move some cameras around. We got to, well, this is all going to have to get mowed down or something.
Yeah.
Maybe we might have to just mow everything once everything's over. Because then it all becomes a nice compost.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. Well.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. Hit subscribe if you're watching, if you've watched a few videos and you're enjoying what we're doing here, you know, building our homestead, growing as much food as possible. That's our goal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, day by day, year over year. I ultimately my goal is to grow an entire Christmas dinner on the homestead. If we had carrots come up, we could have done it this year. One dinner.
No rutabaga.
No, but we could do
You could do squash instead.
Yeah. Or like carrots and beans and potatoes, and
yep.
we just have to make some bread and then turn that into stuffing, and we'll have our turkeys, and then
onions.
Oh yeah. Sad face.
Sad face, yeah.
Anyway,
if you enjoy, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.